Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, welcome back. What is up, guys? A late night stream right now. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Bitcoin is jumping. Why? We might be able to go a little bit more here, and I just want to take a look at a few things. So, sometimes they say, you're giving away the sauce real quick. You're giving it all away, but I like to tell you what I'm looking at in the short term sometimes. This formation right here is nothing too bearish, nothing too bad. It's kind of like a bull pennant that you could potentially be breaking upward out of. Money flow is pretty strong on the 22, and the hourly is not bad. So right as of now, not seeing any issues, not seeing anything too bearish. We do have these trigger waves and stuff that may bring us down here. We kind of are hitting this area, but other than that, we're not bad, and I think. Weekly green dot. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword. Obviously, it's a pretty rare bullish sign, but when you go back here to this one in October of 2019, look at what happened. I mean, we had, when it confirmed, that was a nice sell signal. So maybe we jump up a little bit more to 28 or something, and then we kind of cool off. Then we kind of fall down and continue down forward more. Continue down forward. Continue downward more. This formation right here is interesting because kind of a reverse head and shoulder type thing, and then where's your neckline? Probably around It's a little weird of a neckline. It's a little bit of an interesting neckline here, but I mean, maybe from there to there, and then that would bring you up to 28.2. Maybe. I mean, we got a lot right there. By the way, guys, always appreciate it if you could smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we are doing a trading competition with FAIRDESK. Let me just show you that real quick, guys. This is going on right now. The top prize is a Tesla Model X. So if you need a minimum trading volume over 1 million, which does add up pretty quickly, but don't do this if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, because you will lose. You know, get educated first, check out the Discord, take a course. I have a pretty good course. Don't want to show too much stuff at once, but you know. And they only do this one once a year, so check it out. The link down below. So yeah, PHEMEX, PRIME XBT, all the ones down below are exchanges I use. All of them are great. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, oh man, I'm just showing too much stuff. We've been working on this for a while, getting this. We are doing some one-on-one sessions with my analysts in the Discord. All these guys are excellent. KMAC is more specializing in like Forex type stuff, but all Crypto Bull Zone, Atlanta Core, we're gonna add in once he tells me his availability. But Crypto Bull Zone, excellent. He's gonna be doing some like small group classes too, once a week. He's gonna be trying to do that. Nightshade's good as well. He's been trading for a few years, so yeah. And let's people have asked for that, so we wanted to kind of follow through with that. So yeah, ultimately, you know, you're kind of, I see the way prices right now is nothing too bad. I mean, if we do break below kind of this point, that kind of double bottom thing there, 26.9, then it gets a little bit more worrisome. But as of right now, nothing's too bad. I mean, a 22-minute trigger wave to the downside. But usually, you know, when you look at the hourly, when you look at some other stuff, I think you're going to probably be all right. You do have a 16 on the bear, or a 13 on the, where's the 16 bear? On the 2 hour, I think, yeah, 16 bear on the 2 hour. But that formation is more of a bullish formation. That is more of a bullish formation. It's not always going to break bullish, but yeah, ultimately that's what I'm looking at. But we got to see here. I mean, right now I would be more inclined to long, but if we do see some money flow crossovers, like down to the 30-minute hourly coming down as well, would be inclined to try to potentially short that once that does happen. Now that may not be until we come up farther. That may not be until we come up to around 2028. So we do have to keep that in mind. We do have to keep that in mind here. So yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. And the thing too here is, I mean, 17 bull on the 3-day. Just looking at regular candles a little bit on our macro. I mean, let's just get into, so the big debate here is, let's clean this up a little bit, take off the DBSI. The big debate here is like, you know, do we close this month green? And I think we might, but I think, you know, we got it, options, that's the other thing too, I just remembered. Options are expiring tomorrow. For crypto, does that mean too much? It's starting to mean more than it used to, because that's getting bigger. But, so that could create some volatility. Maybe we get a drop down because of that. Just maybe we get a drop down because of that. And then if you lose, you know, 25.4, this month does become a red month. So yeah, the big place too that we got to look at, is around the 200 weekly moving average here. And let's see, 28, right around 28. So maybe that's a big place. A lot of roads point to 27.9, 28. Maybe you test that, reject fiercely. You test that, reject fiercely, come back down to, you know, here quickly before the month ends. That's how you get a red month. 2 days to confirm on the weekly there. Excuse me. I want to look at the 3-week real quick as well. Money flow coming down, kind of trigger wave thing. Okay, and then you got your 28 through there. So Bitcoin dominance, as we've talked about, still bullish coming up through all of this, coming up through this pump, still bullish for Bitcoin dominance. ETH Bitcoin seems like it's going to reject from kind of our trend line thing here. You know, came up a little bit, but I think, you know, this is ultimately going to keep coming down. It made a new low. Like it made a new low on September 11th. That's an interesting day to make new low, or September 18th, excuse me. But yeah, back to that area. I think you're going to follow that trend line down, potentially break down farther. I don't know where this is going to end up, but we'll see what happens. What's up, the real crypto scalper? What's up, guys? Appreciate all of you. INJ, man. Yeah, we'll take a look at it at some point. And yeah, 30-year just keeps pumping. Geez. And yeah, okay, this is a macro chart for Ethereum. Like Bitcoin, the weekly could bring us farther. I do think on the macro you're gonna come down. I mean, you're gonna come down farther, but short term, I think you could jump up a little bit more. I think Bitcoin will outperform it though. Now, this is interesting because you're getting kind of that double top right here, and that's a significant area. It's almost a triple. Price likes to reject from that area. Now you do have the spiral line right here. 1677. Does ETH just come up to 1677 while Bitcoin goes up to just to 28 and outperforms it? Maybe. I think that's possible. Shut up. Stop beeping out there. This formation for the short term, I would say this is a generally bullish formation. Your money flow is coming down, but I think as long as we could keep 1644, you're going to remain more bullish here, I would think. Don't get mad at me if it comes down. Anything could happen, but I think that, yeah, I could easily see, kind of a jump up here, get out a lot of shorts, and then come back down. People have been opening shorts from what I've seen for the most part, so maybe they're, just asking to kind of get stopped out here. And yeah, so ultimately, we're looking at Ethereum there, and if you guys are just joining, always appreciate you guys. Yeah, Matt Ford, I'm in Brickell, yeah. But yeah, so that's ETH right there. If we want to look at, the dollar is kind of, okay, losing a little bit of momentum, which is what we'd expect. I don't see anything significantly bad here. I think it will continue, just a little speed bump, and you'll probably continue forward. Maybe as this VWAP comes up in the 4-hour, that's what I would kind of guess here. Looking at, I just want to take another look at what we're doing right. Yeah, very similar to ETH. Hourly, I don't have a problem with. Most of these I don't really have a significant problem with. I think you're going to probably come up higher. Could be wrong, though. Anything could happen. ExxonMobil, we've been looking at. That's kind of so far done what we've talked about it doing. Made a new high, which I think is pretty bullish above that level right there. We rejected slightly from 119, excuse me. I think you might be able to make it up to 130. Oil seems like it could continue forward a bit more. And then this was the short fund for real estate. This got a little jump up. It's a real estate ETF. It doesn't obviously really follow the prices of houses, but double trigger waves right there to the upside. So yeah. And ultimately, let's see. Look at the NASDAQ right here. I mean, you're getting a little bit of relief. Double kind of thing right there. Hey, Elena. Hey, BG. Crypto Grizzly. Sonico. Did it pump? Yeah, we got to look at that. Yeah, I mean, I was saying we could come up higher. I mean, you're not even, man, you're probably going to, I'm trying to think how I want to, out of this formation, if you were to, you're probably going to make it up to 56, maybe up to 60. I didn't realize that. Probably going to make, yeah, nothing looks bad here on the monthly. Probably going to make it up a little bit higher, man. This could be a good, for your, Webull, your Robinhood account or whatever, just kind of go long and take profits high 50s, mid to high 50s here. That may work out pretty well. Let's go oil. Let's go oil. 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 Evan. Oil. Aldo. Let's see. What's up, Josh Rodriguez? Appreciate you, man. INJ. Okay, yeah, let's look at INJ. Somebody requested INJ. And kind of, yeah, I mean, this formation, not a bad formation. I mean, when I look at some of these ones that just pumped out of nowhere, you're kind of like, But money flow generally kind of coming out there, and then trigger wave right there. Like if I had to guess, man, I think you're probably going to jump up some more in the short term. I don't know, maybe some more ping pong back up to 9 something. It's a volatile little guy, but you know, I think that monthly is going to eventually play out and bring it down. Speaking of the monthly, I know Cardano. Well, a lot of things. Was it? What was there? Was something that had a red dot in the monthly. It's not Cardano. I think it actually is on. Yeah, on the coin, it's different on the Coinbase chart, but yeah. So yeah. For some reason, I was looking at Bitcoin 2 a little bit. Anybody else? So anybody else a Bitcoin 2 fan? It was looking kind of. Was it this one? Bitcoin 2. This is dead. But yeah, ultimately, what we want to look at now is. Well, let's see what's happening at the moment. Why am I losing my train of thought here a little bit? Yeah, see, we're pumping, like I said. We're pumping. It's not time to short yet. And by the way, guys, if you want a really good community for a lot of good trade setups, good trade signals, me and some other analysts, if you don't like me, we got some other people that look at different stuff. So check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. A link down below. Let's check that out. And that road points to, I think 28K is a huge area to test that 200 weekly. I think that's going to be a huge area. I think you can reject very intensely from there. Very intensely. That's what I think. It's like a gold a little bit. Hitting your daily 200. Let's just see how price is. Yeah, I mean, since typically you don't. I feel like we're going to bounce here. Don't know, though. Gold is 2. Yeah, gold is just a boring one. Yeah. Let's see here. This could have more of a jump up. Some of these short ETFs, obviously be careful. There's decay and other crap with them, but you know, this could have a bit of a jump up here. The Apple short ETF too. That's starting to fight back a little bit. Oh, what's the inverse Kramer? Let's see how that's going. Ooh, that's a bit of a bullish formation. No, a little head and shoulder on the inverse Kramer right here. Down 20%, and now we're up about 16. Anybody trying to go long on inverse Kramer? Don't have a problem with that daily. Not too much. Let me get the bear div though. I don't know if I like this actually. Imagine if this thing just completely fails. Is there a gym? Just that's something different. But yeah. look at the regular Apple stock. I mean, yeah, you're probably you're hitting like on that 2 week, that area with the EMAs, but I think you are going to come down lower. I think we could get a bit of a drop. I think we could continue bullish tomorrow, and I think next week's going to be pretty red for everything, for traditional markets and crypto. And we're finally seeing what we would. Oh my God! Wait, no. Okay. Okay, so it ends at the end of tomorrow. I guess it ends at the end of tomorrow. In terms of, so I guess I don't know what day October 1st is, but yeah. And we got to turn our clocks back too at the end of early November, I believe. So it's already that time of year. But in Florida, we don't have seasons, so we just have summer all year, which is pretty great. You don't have to deal with any of that crap. So yeah, I really like it. But yeah. Let's look at Sol. I haven't looked at Sol in a minute. That's kind of that jump off of there. Looks kind of, yeah, Sol looks better in some other things, man, but I just don't think it's going to break upward out of this wedge thing. It doesn't look bad. Like, if I were to be going along, it probably would be on Sol, but yeah, it's just like, it does look, yeah, it does look good. It's just that 2 week, blood diamond may play out. It probably could come up back to maybe these highs, 23, and then come down from there. It's more of a boring one. Got to look at Matic. The thing here too is, it's kind of obvious, obviously, where just look at these like red Heikin-Ashi candles and just the area we are in terms of the bear market. When these start turning green, it's going to be pretty obvious that that's probably the place to get in. You know what I mean? Even like here. I mean, that was almost towards the top, but you did come up higher into February 23. This held up so well at the end of 2020. I don't know how or why. This pumped up while Bitcoin was bottoming. So I don't, some of these are islands. Some of these do differently, but yeah. And I think the same could be said about Cardano as well here. I mean, look at, red Heikin-Ashis. I think probably the next time these turn green is probably when that accumulation really starts. And then it's kind of coming down right there. Am I looking at the right? Like, let's try to find something with more data for XLM. Yeah, it's been a boring one. It's kind of like a chain link. I mean, you do have this kind of green dot thing. I mean, I think that is almost a bull div. Maybe not, though. And then gap to RSI is right there. I don't know. I would lean more bearish based on that monthly. I think this can drop down farther. I wanted to look at Zcash too, actually. Zcash, yeah. I mean, we put out this kind of, potential kind of long setup. I think it is a bit risky though, but some of these could jump up a bit more here. 2 weeks not bad on Zcash, so yeah. Did you guys see the Chase Bank thing too? That's a little. So I guess you can't use Chase Bank if you want to, buy stuff on Coinbase anymore. Yeah, we did a look at Sol, Crypto Grizzly. We did a look at Sol. It looks more bullish than most things, man. I think it might be able to come up to $23. So Zcash. The one that really has underperformed lately, I want to look at AVAX. Yeah, a bit of a jump here with the 4ELXs. It could jump back to close to $10 and then come back down a bit more. Yeah. Hmm. There's a rounding bottom. Yeah, I think you probably could get back up to 9.85 here. That could be a decent long up a bit more. I mean, if I were the safest way to long right now is just going with Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with trying to long this up a bit more. Take the opportunities where they are. It's only for the UK people. UK people, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't really affect any Americans, the Chase thing. But yeah. So I'm going to look at silver a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, the same kind of area. You might get a bounce here, I feel like. You long the like button. Appreciate you, AZTV. Appreciate you. You've been watching a while. Really appreciate some of you guys. Always smash the likes. So yeah. Neck is a little tight. Trying to think here. Okay, so gold. Euro, is that continuing to bleed? Yes, as well, kind of. As we expected. I mean, this is the trade kind of everybody's trying to take. I don't know if this has bottomed out. I mean, this area, kind of where we're hitting, is kind of significant, you know. I don't know if it's going to make a lower low. Yeah, if it's kind of like here in the year 2000. Yeah. That could have been the bottom. That could have been the bottom. But I would think it would come back to $1 about, or 101 or whatever. Crude oil, yeah, this is the one that, yeah, oh my God. Wow. Looks like you got a little bit more. This is a little bit of trouble, so this isn't, oh, this is USOIL. Is it? No, this is, let's see the oil fund, because this is actually something you can trade. It is hitting the technical target, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, but I don't see anything too bad on this that makes me like want to, you know, short or whatever. Nothing's too bad. Am I in any trade? Yeah, we do have the trade open from the Discord this morning. I think you might have saw it, buddy. It was there. If you guys are interested in it, I'm not going to show it right now, but because it's unfair to the people paying. But if you guys are interested, check out the Discord. So yeah. And by the way, guys, if you guys deposit at least $100 into any of the exchanges down below, and shoot me or actually open a ticket in the Discord after you do that with your UID, I'll give you 1 free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. I'll run that promo probably for about a week, and then no mas. But if you do that, send me over your UID. I'll give you a free month. So yeah. What's up, Mr. Harteach? It's been a minute. How you doing, buddy? We got to look at XRP for you, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Even right so far, it is going up, you know, a little bit since past few weeks. Obviously, reverse head and shoulder type thing. Yeah, maybe you might be right a little bit, for at least for a short term. Yeah, maybe 55 or something, you know, 55, 56, maybe 60. Yeah. We'll talk about 60 after we get to 55. One thing at a time. Link is, I mean, we were talking about this the other day. I think that there's no reason to believe this won't do what it's always done. What has it always done? Rejection, you know what I mean? Just keeps rolling over. That's what I think. Yeah. Trigger wave on the 2 week right there. bull div on that. There are some good things, but I don't know. I just don't see any reason to believe we're just going to magically break through this. Could be wrong though. Maybe we will. I mean, some of the lower time frames don't look too good in that aspect. So yeah. Like I said on Bitcoin, I mean, generally this formation is nothing too bad. You know, generally from what I see here, I don't see any real, you know, concerns about us going higher. We could reject here, sure, but I think in terms of price movement, this is generally a bullish kind of formation. So we'll see what happens. Link pumping usually isn't a good sign. I mean, I don't know if you'd consider that as pumping, but I know what you're saying. Atom is, you know, my guess is the next step would be down farther. But in the very short term, you know, you could jump higher. I feel like we could get like some wicks up or something. Yeah, Bitcoin across 100 is coming around. Hopefully. Hopefully, I think it's possible. If I had to really guess, probably like under 190K maybe. Yeah, it's up in the air. It's up in the air. But I think right now we gotta, in terms of the monthly, I mean, this could be the first time we come into the red in the monthly. But on the bright side, you may bottom out, you know, hit your high or low before we do come into the red. Kind of mean you hit your low here, and then we came down farther for the monthly. So maybe you hit your low in November, December, and then we hit the red in like January. Let's see. November 4th marks the end of the 51-year cycle to begin 1971, the end of the red. A return point in the global financial. Interesting. What's up, Crypto Traveler? I think they are going to AZTV. I think it's MEXC 4X, not 4X, 4X. I think they're going to do that, but I mean, you could obviously still trade on FAIRDESK without VPN. You could trade on PHEMEX without a VPN, MEXC. Right now, all those are great, so I'm not complaining. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee here. No, I think they're international. They were gonna go like high ass leverage, like normal leverage, but for Americans, I think it's just gonna be 4 times like how it is on E-Trade or any of the other exchanges for stocks, which isn't bad. I mean, you could still do some damage with that. I mean, as of right now, I think it would break up out of this pattern, but we'll see what happens. Bigcat did go, yeah. Bigcat did go full KYC, but that's not a problem. There's other exchanges. The ZoomX, I have not used yet. I probably should start using them. I'm sure they're great as well. I mean, there's a lot of good options, and a lot of them are owned by kind of the same people and use the same market makers. I think CryptoFace has talked about that, so yeah. Just curious on some of the DBI levels. 15 bear in the 22. DBSIs are bearish right now, but that could change. Maybe we will come down farther. Price gonna do what it's always done. Stay within the wedge for longer. And that wedge is becoming kind of tight there. And really, some may say the wedge started in October. Jeez, October 22. We've been like hearing about when did he buy Twitter? Was it a year ago now? I mean, we've been hearing about the Doge crap with Twitter for the longest time. 26.7 AZTV. Huh. You might be right, man. You might be right. Bullish formation so far. Still a bullish formation. Doge to okay. You think the way I think, AZTV. Hopefully it'll happen sooner than later. I don't want to be waiting for Doge to go down to these prices forever, but yeah. This was a potential good Forex short that I've been looking at for a minute. I mean, it's taking its time to play out, but confirms in 20 hours that weekly bear div on the Costa Rican colone versus the US dollar. I think we could come down farther potentially. I mean, you could get a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio here potentially. Something like that. This is more of a passive income thing, but you know, I mean, you know, yeah. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in some of the trade setups, all that, you know, had a really good along last night in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. CBZ's had a lot of good trades, Atlanticor, a lot of good stuff, KMAC as well. I am trading Forex a little bit, dabbling into it a little bit. As Zara teaches. And so, yeah, check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord down below. Also, if you want a non-KYC exchange that offers Forex, PHEMEX is pretty good. Check them out down below. They're good for crypto as well, traditional markets. Got a lot of good Forex pairs. Obviously not everything. I don't think the Colonna is on there, unfortunately, but you know how it is. The Dixie we did, you know, it looks like it's just getting a little healthy drop down on the way up. I think the Yixie is going to, you know, just keep going. So, yeah. Market maker method. I think I've heard of that. I think it's Forex is kind of like everything else. It's slower though. I mean, you gotta be patient with it. It's more of a swing trading system. Yeah, I mean, everything's was up a little bit today, but I think this is going to kind of, even though it's not a bearish div, the way the RSIs are, I think Tesla's going to come down farther. 2 week as well. This is the 200 weekly moving average for Tesla, I believe, or 300, excuse me. 140, I think you could retest this or something. Bottomed at about 100 there. That was a good along. Was that 200%? Or now 150. It's like a meta. Nah, yeah, that trigger wave on the 3 day. This does not look good. Yeah, that short-term pump, but I think, you know, I think tomorrow is going to be another green day, but I think next week's probably going to be red. Man, what was the other one I wanted to look at? There was one I wanted to look at. I just completely forgot about what it was. Oh yeah, I think it was PayPal. It wasn't PayPal, but I want to look at PayPal anyway. Making lower highs, but it is a descending wedge. Did we make a new low for this recently? Yes, we did. And now we're jumping again. Huh. $56. So we'll see what happens here. You know, if things keep going down lower, I do think this could end up at like $40 or so. Will it eventually jump? Probably, yeah. Probably. We did look at gold. It kind of looks bearish in the short term. Well, actually, it kind of looks more bearish in the macro, but short term, I think it can jump up. It's hitting kind of a big point. Gold is boring, man. Sick of gold. Sick of gold. Me and gold broke up. We're done. Let's look at the British pound versus US dollar. It's a continuation way downward there in the 2 week. I mean, this looks pretty textbook market cipher to keep coming down. I mean, short term it could come up a little bit, but yeah. Probably gonna end up back in 114 or something. And the lowest here was 103. I remember that. They did something to bring it back up though. What did they do? QE or no? It couldn't have been QE, or could it have been? I don't know what they did. They did something to bring it up a little bit. But obviously now that the economy is weakening and the S&P 500 is going down and everything's going down, it's starting to come down against the dollar. So yeah. NASDAQ, yeah. Maybe a little bit more of a jump up. I mean, one of two things is probably going to happen here. I mean, no, it's NVIDIA, not NASDAQ. NVIDIA, I thought it was the NASDAQ for a second. Yeah, I think we're generally going to come down. Oh, yeah, it was Starbucks. S-Bucks. And that's starting to come down farther here. 86 is probably next big level or something. Like a micro strategy. That's the one a lot of people are bearish on right now. Yeah, I can kind of see why they are. Little jump. That's the thing, like, can you come up higher more in the short term? Maybe. Absolutely could come up a little bit more in the short term for some of these. Let's look at Bitcoin again here. It's a bullish formation, but could take a little bit of time before we see something happen. Probably when we wake up tomorrow, we'll see something. We'll see some difference. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I gotta get to bed soon. Gotta wake up and do some other stuff. But some stuff to show to you. We just started the Aldo Academy. All these guys are great. KMAC is more into Forex. And yeah, Nightshade. I mean, Crypto Bull Zone's great. Nightshade's good. We're gonna add Atlantic Core here. We just gotta get his availability. If you guys want to do a session, very reasonable. So check it out. Link down below. Aldo Empire VIP Discord if you want to get a view for some of the TA and all that. $65 a month right now. Link down below for that. And obviously, if you guys want one free month of the Aldo Empire Discord, if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below, deposit at least $100 and then open a ticket in the Discord and send the UID, we will give you one free month. So yeah, and also the trading competition with FAIRDESK right now. All the exchanges down below are great. They're all ones I use. I keep everything moved around a little bit in case one goes down. Get the Model X here, iPhone 15 Pro. Although I've been hearing some weird stuff about the 15 Pro. You know, I've been telling you the charts weren't looking good, so now we're get overheating issues and all that. You get a Rolex, skiing trip in the Alps, Miami hotels, man. Miami, you could be my neighbor down here. You could stay with me. No, I'm just joking. Antarctic cruise. Yeah, I didn't even know they had cruises to the Antarctic. Or $20,000 for an Antarctic. I didn't know it was that much to go up there. Well, it makes sense. It's far away, but yeah. Little dirt bike. So yeah. $1 million trading volume minimum. So yeah. And your P&L has to be above 0. So you have to be profitable here. You can't just lose everything. So check it out. Check it out if you guys are interested. Anyway, guys. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be getting off. Smash the like button, all that good stuff. Have a good one, guys.